take me down to Madison Square Garden when I was a kid. I was actually there when Iron Sheik lost to beat Bob Backlund. I was there when Hogan beat the Sheik. I remember all. But yes, all through the years, everybody always said you're never going to do anything in wrestling. You know, you're too small, this and the other thing. But in the long run, I got the last laugh.
How did you
stretch them and let them know that you know the business? He goes, but if you want to make money in this business, he goes, nobody wants to be around somebody that doesn't want to do good business. He goes, and personally, I didn't like to do good business. Cool? They were cool. Dan Severn, I hung out with a lot more than I even hung out. You know, we did our things. I'd done stuff with Dan in Texas too. I was wrestling with Damian Stone. He'd always go, "Hey, you always remind me of like a Joe Pesci." Yeah, oh, hey, oh, hey. He always talked about that. And always joked around with me. But I was just wrestling with Damian Stone, and then all of a sudden I come in one day. He's like, "You know, you're little Guido. You're gonna be little Guido. That's gonna be your name. You know, and I'm gonna pay you up." We go in the restaurant. You know, he would stick out, "Hey, how y'all doing?" You know, and he would attract people, and a lot of people believe it. I mean, I'm sure you believe it. Knew who he was.
Right.
You know, I mean, he sticks out like a sore thumb. I liked wrestling with the gangsters, but I knew, you know what? After a while, it was just too much. I'll be doing something, and once me and we would hear their music and bom bom bom, and I knew we were gonna get hit with fucking VCRs and golf clubs. So it was basically a beat wrestling in the beginning, and get on the mat, and we would roll around and stuff. And then when it was time for him to do his thing and do all his suplexes and stuff, it was easy. I mean, I worked with him I said hundreds and hundreds of times, but there was times I didn't even have to talk to him. We basically knew what followed suit, what was gonna go on. So it was like when I saw my name with him, get with him for a second, and that's it. Go out there and do our thing. Drunk in a ring. I mean, you know, he was drunk a couple times, but honestly, you know, people exaggerate that. He always had his wits to him. He played the drunk better than he was the drunk. Shit just went bad in the end, and I could tell he was stressing out. And honestly, I don't really know what happened in the end. I even said this on the straight up. Me and him, like I said, we're different. I started with him. You know, we started from day one, from the Savoldis all the way up. So I had a different relationship. But I seen other people in WWE, you know, not be respectful, and he would always get in their faces and let people know, and that's the way he is. So he could be a prick. He's not a minute. He did a punch over the top, landed on Big Sal, broke his ankle. Ended. Within, I got the one of the best matches in my life. I know the fans used to say, "Oh, those memorable matches." I knew how to work with the Japanese before, because I think that's why me and Jerry clicked, because I wrestled in Japan, and he used to do the kicks and shit, and that's basically what the shoot wrestling was. But he knew how to wrestle. He would open up in the air, and Rob was no little boy. His fucking ass is like this big. Rob's big. He's 250, 260, and boom, he come crashing on you. Ecstatic beside myself, you know, being in the dressing room and getting to see the guys and stuff. And I remember I went out there and wrestled Stevie Richards.
Right.
And with the BWO was out there in the Hammerstein Ballroom, which is the Manhattan Center, actually.
Yep.
That's not the Hammerstein. It's two different places.
It's